As the calendar turned to 2026, developments in the Taiwan Strait once again drew international attention. Observers noted that changes in this region could influence both regional dynamics and broader international relations. In the final days of December, China's People's Liberation Army conducted a series of large-scale military exercises, positioning naval and air assets around Taiwan. These maneuvers, known as Joint Sword 2025C, represented one of the more significant demonstrations of military capability in recent years, reflecting Beijing's approach to regional security. The exercises followed a visit to Taipei by senior U.S. congressional leaders, an event that Beijing viewed as relevant to its position on Taiwan. The visit received considerable coverage in international media, contributing to ongoing discussions about cross-strait relations. Chinese state media described the exercises as a response to what it characterized as increased cooperation between Taiwanese authorities and foreign governments, particularly the United States. Official statements reiterated China's commitment to its sovereignty. The exercises had an immediate effect on financial markets, with investors responding to the potential for changes in the region. In Taipei, a heightened military presence was observed, and residents followed developments with interest. For Taiwan's 23 million residents, the new year began with a focus on ongoing regional developments. At the same time, world leaders considered diplomatic approaches to support stability and manage relations with China. In this analysis, we will review the details of the military drills, examine official statements from all parties, and consider international responses. Our goal is to provide a clear understanding of the strategic considerations in the Taiwan Strait and the factors that contribute to its significance in global affairs. Joint Sword 2025C was notable for its scale and complexity. This exercise was not simply a routine demonstration, but a carefully organized operation involving thousands of personnel, advanced technology, and coordinated maneuvers across multiple domains. The size of the operation provided insight into the capabilities and organizational structure of the People's Liberation Army. Over a 72-hour period, the PLA established 6 closure zones around Taiwan, simulating a comprehensive blockade. These zones were positioned to illustrate the ability to restrict access to the island, affecting key sea and air routes. The exercise highlighted both military capacity and the logistical planning necessary for such an undertaking. The drills involved over 100 aircraft, including advanced fighters and long-range bombers. These aircraft conducted simulated strikes, aerial patrols, and coordinated maneuvers, demonstrating the PLA's proficiency in joint air operations and its ability to operate at extended ranges. At sea, more than a dozen naval vessels participated, led by the aircraft carrier Shandong and its escort fleet. The coordinated actions of destroyers, frigates, and support ships reflected the Navy's capacity to function as an integrated force, prepared for a range of maritime operations. Simulated missile launches and animated videos depicting hypothetical strikes on key locations in Taiwan were also part of the exercise. These elements were intended to demonstrate the range and precision of available missile systems. In response, Taiwan's military took measured actions, scrambling fighter jets, deploying naval vessels, and maintaining a visible presence in the air and at sea. These steps were intended to show readiness and maintain stability. Missile defense systems were activated, radar crews monitored the skies, and command centers operated continuously. Taiwan's forces remained alert, focused on defense and careful management of the situation. During the exercise, PLA forces crossed the Taiwan Strait's median line, a boundary traditionally regarded as an informal buffer. This action represented a change in established patterns, requiring Taiwan to adjust its defensive posture. The regular presence of PLA patrols and incursions near Taiwan now reflects a significant tactical adjustment. This ongoing activity presents new security considerations for Taiwan, prompting a continuous review of defense strategies and regional stability. China's official narrative remained consistent and direct. The government ensured that its position was communicated both domestically and internationally. Each statement, press conference, and news segment reiterated a unified message. The military drills were described as a response to what Beijing referred to as separatist actions by Taiwan's leadership. These exercises were presented as deliberate actions intended to convey a clear message. The drills were also intended as a warning to other countries, particularly those considering support for Taiwan's independence or involvement in the region. State media reinforced this perspective by broadcasting videos and interviews with PLA soldiers. These segments often showed troops in training or making statements about their commitment to China's territorial integrity. The exercises included simulations of a blockade around Taiwan, illustrating Beijing's capacity to isolate the island without direct military engagement. Animated maps and live footage were used to highlight these capabilities. The drills also served as practice for joint operations involving the Army, Navy, and Air Force. This demonstrated the increasing coordination and capability of China's military forces. Official statements and media coverage referenced the possibility of foreign intervention, particularly by the United States and its allies, and outlined the potential consequences of such involvement. The drills were positioned as part of President Xi Jinping's broader vision for national rejuvenation. Unification with Taiwan was described as a significant objective within this framework. By emphasizing strength and unity, the Chinese Communist Party aimed to reinforce its legitimacy both domestically and internationally. Public events, such as rallies and parades, were used to encourage national support. State media headlines and official speeches consistently stated that unification was expected. Posters and public messaging highlighted the belief that historical trends favored this outcome. The overall message conveyed was that China has both the determination and the means to pursue its objectives regarding Taiwan, regardless of challenges or opposition. Taiwan's government addressed the situation with measured composure and clarity. President Lai Ching-te described the drills as a challenge to regional stability, reiterating Taiwan's sovereignty and ongoing commitment to democratic values. The Ministry of National Defense provided regular updates, outlining the actions of Taiwanese forces as they monitored PLA activities and maintained operational readiness. Daily life on the island proceeded as usual, demonstrating the population's steady approach in the face of ongoing tensions. The government encouraged unity, noting that external actions aimed to create division and challenge democratic institutions. Through consistent public communication and military preparedness, Taiwan addressed the situation with a focus on stability. The response included diplomatic statements, continued defense measures, and calls for national cohesion. Taiwan's approach emphasized resisting external pressure, upholding democratic principles, and seeking international engagement. The United States expressed disapproval of China's drills while continuing its policy of strategic ambiguity. The White House encouraged restraint and reiterated the One China policy. Emphasis was placed on maintaining peace in the Taiwan Strait. The USS Ronald Reagan carrier group operated in the region, demonstrating U.S. presence without direct involvement. President Trump addressed China's actions but did not make any specific military commitments, maintaining a position of deliberate uncertainty. The situation prompted renewed discussion in Washington regarding whether the U.S. should clarify its defense policy toward Taiwan. Some believe a clear stance could discourage further actions by China. Others suggest it might increase tensions. At present, the U.S. maintains support for Taiwan while prioritizing diplomatic efforts to prevent escalation. Japan, located just over 100 kilometers from Taiwan, observed the drills with careful attention. Tokyo issued a diplomatic protest, highlighting the Taiwan Strait's significance for both regional and global stability. Some exercise zones overlapped with Japan's exclusive economic zone, leading Japan to send aircraft and ships to monitor the situation. The event contributed to discussions about increasing defense spending and enhancing U.S.-Japan cooperation. In response, Beijing stated that Japan was interfering, which added complexity to the relationship between the two countries. The drills prompted further contingency planning between Tokyo and Washington, encouraging ongoing dialogue and coordination. Japan's approach to defense continues to adapt in response to developments in the region. The joint sword drills served as more than routine military exercises. They represented a multi-layered strategy. Beijing's objectives included signaling its capabilities to Taiwan, influencing public morale, and communicating its position on cross-strait relations. By simulating a blockade, the PLA demonstrated its capacity to impact Taiwan's economy and shape negotiations. The exercises also conveyed a message to the US and Japan, highlighting anti-access strategies intended to discourage external involvement. Within China, the drills reinforced the government's narrative by emphasizing national strength and unity. The psychological, operational, and political aspects of the exercises illustrate China's evolving approach to the Taiwan issue. The overall message is that China is prepared to respond to developments in the region. Observers now note a more capable and confident PLA on the international stage. The joint sword exercises have concluded, yet the situation in the Taiwan Strait remains a subject of international attention. China demonstrated its expanding military capabilities, while Taiwan maintained composure and stability. The events have emphasized the importance for Taiwan to continue developing its defenses, and for the United States and its partners to clarify their positions. Japan's actions underscored the significance of regional cooperation and coordination. The exercises have highlighted existing geopolitical divisions and the need for careful management of regional relations. As 2026 begins, the Taiwan Strait remains in a state of cautious stability, observed by the international community. The path forward will depend on ongoing dialogue and efforts to maintain stability in the region.